Okay, I don't need this one. With this, okay. Yesterday we tried to do one thing. That one is the TFTP server. The TFTP server is not working perfectly. Somehow my computer has problem, or somehow my head is not working. But we need to do. What is that one? TFTP is one of the important protocol which one used in our router. What is the meaning of TFTP? Trivial File Transfer Protocol. That means, think about in your organization, there is one computer. In your organization, there is one server, and you have one router. Let me use that router again, 2811. So I have only these three devices I'm using in my organization. Suddenly, my router is not working. So if any router is not working, before 30 minutes, router will give you message, hey guys, I'll be dead within 30 minutes or within 15 minutes. So if you want to do anything, please do it immediately. Otherwise, I'll be dead. So this is the one interesting thing. Device can say, I'll be die. Okay, that's interesting thing. But in the router, that type of things, that type of intelligence available. So for that one, when you can get this type of messages, we need to do all the configuration of router save into another place. Most of the cases we saved in another PC or another computer. But preferably we choose the server, because in the server there are lots of types of protocols are available. Let's do that one. So we want to do in here TFTP. Write down TFTP. So TFTP is a protocol. That protocol actually copy routers all the information into the server. Let's configure this router. I don't want to go in there. I don't want to start from in here. So I am to use console cable. Using the console cable, I am to configure my router. So click into the, this is the connections. After then I select this console cable, click into the computer and choose RS232. This RS232, though we can see the port name in here, but in our computer, there is no port like that one. Normally, for our connection purposes, if you click in there, then you can see USB 0, USB 1, and fast Ethernet. Normally, we choose nowadays in our computer or laptop, USB port. And in the other side, we choose the another port. There is one console port. So let's click into in here RS232 because we want to connect console cable. Let's click in there and click into the router using here console cable. That means now I can configure this router from this computer. Let's connect these two devices. And as it is, I don't need to check what is the connection type or what type of cables need for that two connections. Okay. Now let's use IP address. So this is the IP address. You can write, you can choose any IP address. It's your choice. Okay, I'm choosing, thinking about this is the first IP address, and this one is the only two devices connected in here. I am to use these two IP address. My computer has another IP address should be, but I don't need because that one is used for that router. Think about the router is in our computer, in between our computer. So no router is separate place. Using that console cable, I want to configure this one. And we need to know what is that port, this side port. So let me check option preferences.
Sir,
yes, sir.
From router to server we have to connect, or server to router?
Server router, this one.
Okay, from router we have to connect or from server?
Both are
it doesn't matter, right? Okay. Yeah.
No. Just two cable, two side, you can use any side. Which one you wanna do first, you can do.
Okay, thanks.
No worries. Okay, this is the port name, this side. This is the port name. I want to remove from in here, show always the port name. I write down like this. So this is the IP address with the port name, this side. Let's click into the PC. Let's go to the desktop, go to the terminal, go to OK button. Then you can see this screen. When you can see this screen, write down no. Akshay, are you in here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, can you check now? Is it
Just,
working
it's
or?
just trying it. Just give
Yeah,
me
yeah.
1 second.
Yeah, sure. Take your time and check it. If it's worked, that's good. If it's not work, then we need to check why it's not working.
Sir, I'm getting a message here, sir. When I
Mhm.
get into the terminal, would you like to enter the initial configuration dialog? Yes or no?
No, it always be no.
No? Okay.
And I don't know. Maybe Akshay write down yes in here.
I clicked on no again, and it's asking me press return to start it, and I press return, and now I'm getting the same option that you are getting.
Thank you. That's good. Thank you, sir.
I think I clicked on yes last time. That's why I was
Yeah,
getting that.
maybe. Okay, no problem. Thank you, Akshay. So now, as per our configuration, think about this is a router. It's we are not clicking into my computer. I click into now router. Think this is that router. So we already know how to configure our router. I want to set one IP address in here. This port, you can see though in here, that one is connected. Console port, we don't need to use any IP address. Let me show you the physically. Give me 1 second to zoom in. Yeah. I'm gonna take a picture and to show you the console cable. This, okay, take a picture. Snipping. Okay, these two are USB port. You can see that one is written console cable. Actually, I zoom it lots of times. So for this reason, console is not clearly like, if you can see that one is actually written console. Console means we don't need to write down any IP address for that port. Like we are using one IP address for this site. We don't need to use any IP address for this one. Why? Because this is the console cable, console port. That port used for the configuration purposes. We don't need to do any other things. From your computer, you can now configure anything. You need to think this side is not available when you are configuring. Like without that one, we can click into the router and we can configure. Same as this way. So think about now you are like this way. You have a router, you have only one connection, router and server. You need to connect with both of them, and we need to do set the IP address, set rest of work. Okay, so let's think about this router is, I have to change the name, old router. So why I write down old router? I'm thinking this, first I have to configure everything. After then thinking the router said to me, I'll be die within 30 minutes. So please copy all my files to the any place. After then you buy new router, you set in your old network, and I will copy the previous all the things in my new router, and you can see your network will be again start working. So that one we have to do. So let's change the host name first. How come we know we can? So we need to go to the first config global mode. We are in the privilege mode. Now we need to write down config terminal. You already know, write down host name. I'm thinking this router name is old router. Okay, I write down. Now my router name is the old router. Okay. Now we need to set the IP address and which interface, this interface. So write down that interface name, INT, and interface name is, sorry, fast Ethernet 0 by 0. Write down IP address. We already know all the things, how to configure anything. But again, I write down, you are now too much expert. Tomorrow, I'm not writing anything. Okay. So IP address, you write down the IP address, after then subnet mask. Done for that one. Now we need to use the no shut. Down. When I press, you can see both are will be start to working. Both are now up and they are not red. Now it's changed the color. Green. Green means it's good. Okay. Think about done for this side right now. I have to set IP address one, IP address in here and check it both are working together or not. Let's click into the server. Same way, server and local computer looks like same all the things, except one thing, that one is some extra configuration will be available in the server, which one is not available in the computer, like as our practical field. Click into the IP config, write down that IP address. I want to use this IP address, 192.168.1.2. And I'm thinking this is the subnet mask for this one. I don't need to change anything. I don't want to use the gateway right now. If I need, I'll do later. Let me close it. I set the IP address in here. Let me go to the command prompt. I need to ping my router. This is the router IP address. Ping 192.168.1.1. I can see it's easy to ping. It's pinging. That's good. Let me go to the router. Router means we need to move into the PC0. Let me exit from in here. Exit from in here. Let me try to ping from in here 192.168.1.2. I can see they also doing pinging, but in here pinging is working too much fast. You can see I write down server IP address. Type escape sequence to avoid. Okay, sending file 100 byte ICMP equals to this network. Timeout is within the 2 seconds. Success rate is 100%. 5 packet round trip minimum average maximum. This is that millisecond need for all the things. You can see for the router to anything ping, they need 5 packet. But when you want to ping from any PC or server, you need only 4 packet. Okay.
Yeah, go little bit closer.
How are you now?
Super fast.
Oh no, man. I didn't do anything. I just configure. Okay. Where are you now? Let me know. Okay. Just trying to put it in here like. Okay, change that. Where are you, ma'am?
I'm in the server, sir.
Okay. Let me
I'm
open the
giving
server.
the command prompts, like the
Okay.
commands.
You write? Did you write down the? Did you go to the command prompt?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now write down the IP address and check it. Is it pinging or not?
Can I share my screen once, sir, please?
Yes, sir. Please. Once again, I cannot zoom. Why I cannot zoom?
I'm sharing my screen.
Yeah, you share. Yeah. IP address or this one is, ma'am, this one is the router. No, don't close everything. Did you configure the router, right? Yes, you configure already. Okay, now go to the server. Click into the server. Escape button. Click into escape. Very good. Desktop. No, yeah, IP. Check it. Check it. IP address is the okay. Write down the IP address. 192.1.2. Thank you. Click into subnet mask. Very good. Close it. No. Yes, second one. Thank you. Now command prompt. Write down ping and server router IP address. Destination IP address. 11. Awesome. Jyoti, genius, man. Okay, it's working.
Yeah, thanks.
No problem. You can check from the router to server. It should be work.
After that, what I need to do?
After that, okay, I wanna share my screen. Give me one sec. Okay, go to the router. Can you share your screen, please? Yeah. Go to the router. Router means your local PC. Don't click into the router. We need to click into the PC 0. Because we want to configure everything from our PC 0. Yeah, go there.
Yeah. After that?
Terminal. Okay. Okay button. Yes. Now scroll down, write down ping and server IP address. No. You need to exit from in here.
Okay. Exit, right?
Exit. Yeah. Exit. Press enter. Yeah. Now write down. Ping. Ping. And server IP address 192.168.1.2. 192.168.1.2. Press enter. Awesome. Genius. Everything is good. Okay.
Thanks.
No worries. Let's share my screen. So we already checked that server is working. This is the server. We already checked that our router is also be working. So though I can see in the top, it's written PC0 because I am configuring my router using the PC. So both are now working. Now, what is my next task? That one is the preliminary one. We did it. Now, router, give me one message. Hey, I'll be die within 30 minutes. So if you want, you can copy or you can back up all the things. Otherwise, you need to do again everything. So for that one, let's save all the thing from in here. Write down copy, running config, startup config. We can write down cp run start, or you can write down copy running config startup config. Press enter, done. That means now my routers, all the things are saved in the router. I need that file or I need backup to my server. So where it will be actually saved? Click into the server and check it where actually saved. I am to show you. Click into, okay, not in here, physical config service. Okay, click into the services, click into TFTP. TFTP is one type of server where lots of routers or lots of file will be available. You can see this is the file which one automatically saved in here in the router. So now I need to save routers information in here in this TFTP server. It's automatically configured, but in practical field we need to configure it. How to save your file into in here? We need to write down copy. Copy is the command. we are saving our documents. Which one you want to save? Which one is now running? That one I want to save. Where you want to save? That one I want to save into the server. So in the server, we need to use one type of server, TFTP server. TFTP server. Write down that one. Press enter. Now they said address or name of the remote host. Where you want to save that things? What is the address? So we need to use server's IP address. This is the server IP address. We need to write down that address. So that address is 192.168.1.2. Write down server IP address. Press enter. After that, they say destination file name. At least you need to write down file name. Otherwise, they will write down your file name looks like that way. So I want to write down my file name looks like that one. Which one I write down? So let me write down old router. Most of the cases, you write down or somebody write down the any other name, but I write down my old router configuration. All the things will be saved into the now server. Now press enter. I can see yesterday I missed one thing, that one. I did not write down that one. As a result, my server is not working, and as a result, my head also be not working. Okay. So in here you can see writing, running config. Okay, this is the space. This is they use that space only 618 bytes, and within 0 second it's done. Yes, sir.
Explain once again that where we can see all the services, all that, like
Yeah.
on the.
Yeah. I will show you. So if you want to save your router all the information in the server in here, so we need to make sure that that operation or that things will be available. So click into the server. You can click into the services in the top. Normally it will be show physical, or we already use the desktop. So click into the services, click into the TFTP, click into TFTP, and you can see I just copy, and you can see my server routers, all information is saved into my this server.
Yes, yeah, I can also see, yeah, old router.
Very,
Yeah,
yeah,
okay.
old router. Whatever you write down, that one will be shown. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. So
Thank
think about, no problem, ma'am. Now think my router is dead because I finished 30 minutes. My router now said I finished. I die. Okay, I am not live now. So let's buy new router. Again, I want to buy same type of router. Let's buy new router. This one is new router. Let me write down new router. Just we are assumed that things it suddenly happened, sometimes happened. So we need to do like that things. Normally router, when any router is not working, they will give you message. Maybe they will give you message before die 6 hours, maybe, or like there is some interval time, they will give you message. So now I buy this router. So I need to configure again. Think about if your network is 100 computer. So every computer you need to check everything, you need to configure in the router. It's time consuming. For this reason, this service is available, backup purposes. And when you configure anything, always we saved or we back up all the router information into another safe place. Because of I don't know which one will be die next time. Maybe router will be die, maybe server will be die, maybe my PC will be die. Anything happened at any time. These all are our equipment or all our system. Anything, it's maybe down. For this reason, always we need to make a backup and we need to use the RAID system. For this reason, in the server, always we are using RAID system. Okay, ignore all the things. Now, this router is not available. Not available means it's died. So let's move this connection in here. And you can use fast Ethernet. And same way, remove that connection, set in here, again console. Why I need to use the console? Because I want to now configure new router. This router is already died. It's not available. So let me check what I am using in here. Which port? Which port? First Ethernet 00 probably. Let me check the preferences. Always show port. Yeah, first Ethernet 00. So let me write down same thing in here. So that one is the same thing. I need to write down same IP address. Most of the cases I'm using previous IP address. Otherwise, I need to do all the subnetting. I need to configure again every computer, all the information. So I buy new router, this one. Now I need to configure it. Same way, go to this PC again. Go to the terminal. Go to the OK. Now you can say again, lots of information will become, and in here, please write down initial configure. We always use the no. Otherwise, we need to do lots of things. We need to follow lots of things, password, lots of things. They will provide you when you buy any router or any switch layer 3, they will give you lots of identification number. Without that number, you cannot active. So if you write down yes, so I don't need anything because I want to use it just for the practice purposes. Now in the router, again, let me go to the enable and first change new router because I use new router. So let me change the name. So for the change the name, we need to go to the config terminal and write down host name. Now what is the router name? New router. You can write any name, but not same name. Then you cannot find out what is the difference in between old one and new one. Okay. So I said I buy this router today, so I change the name. So when you change, very good, there is no IP in this router. So first we need to fix that problem. So that one is interface, fast Ethernet 0x0. Same way, write down IP address. We need to write down previous all the command in here again because I need to active first network. Okay, 255.255.255.0. Press enter. Now no shart. This is few line. Every day we need to do common line. So no choice. We need to do. So my router is now active. My IP set up, everything good. If you want, you can check one thing. Is it pinging my server or not? Write down ping command and write down your 192.168.1.2. Write down your server IP address, check it, is it working or not? I can see it's showing 80%. For the first time, it will be text like that one. Let me check again. You can see now it's 100%. For the first time, you can see 4 or 1 or 2 packet is not working. They are making connection for this reason. But finally, you can see 100%. We need to actually check the more than 60%. That one will be enough for us. My network is now good. So I don't want to configure any other things in this new router. So I am to copy that TFTP file, that file where I configure every information. Think about in our computer, in our organization, there is 100 computer, 100 networks, lots of files, folder, lots of configuration. We did EIGRP, OSPF, REAP protocol, all the things we install in that router. So I don't want to do again because I did not make any manual maybe. So I save it, I backup it. Now I want to use that one. So when you want to use that things in your new router, what you need to do? How come you can copy all the things? So let's write the command. Let's move into router. Router means in here. Write down copy command. So what we want to copy from the TFTP server, this one. So TFTP. After then, what saved in my TFTP server, I am to copy from there. In my running computer, where you want to copy? In your running, in this running configuration. That means in the router, new router. Press enter. They said address or name of remote host, this computer name, server IP address. So write down server IP address 192.168.1.2. I write down host name. Press enter. Source file name. Which file you want to copy from in here? We already know we copy this one in our server. So let's write down that name. OLD router. You can write down any name, whatever you write down, that one will be shown. When you press enter, then you can see one thing will be changed. That one is we are using new router. When I press enter in here, you can see that one will be changed. Press enter. Destination file name, no need to do anything. Now you can see your old router will be back in here. That means this one. But by new router, I change the name. Again, it will be backup from the previous router's information. All the thing will be now in my new router. That means these old routers, all the information will be now in this new router. This is the way we can backup all the routers information, as well as we can retrieve. Retrieve means we can again copy from our routers or server. So what I write down in here, what is the, just to change the one command. Command is when you want to make a backup, you need to write down, where is that line? For the backup purpose, you need to write down copy running config TFTP. But when you want to use the backup, we need to write down copy TFTP running config. Just you need to write down that one. And always you need to write down the remote host. Remote host means where you save your files, that one, that IP address you need to write down. Normally we write down IP address because host name maybe server 0, server 1, server 2, lots of server will be available. Most of the cases, working purposes, we are using the IP address. But if you want, you can write down server 0 because that name is actually server 0. After then, which file you want to copy? If you forgot that one, go to the server, go to the TFTP, check it which one you create. Rest of file you can see all the things will be most of the thing in bin, dot bin, dot bin, dot bin, and some are tar bin. If you want to copy other things in your new router, let me try to copy this one because we don't need to think this what will happen in this router. That one, all the things are logical. We can delete it if we don't need. Okay, let me copy one thing. Copy this file. What will happen in our router? Okay, so again we need to write down same way. Copy TFTP running config. The IP address. Okay, I can see the IP address in here. Write down the IP address, remote host IP address. Write down source file name. Let me write down this one. What is that one? I want to write that. ASA 842.842-K8.bin. Let's press enter. I don't need to change anything in the destination file name. Press enter. You can see something is coming from that router from this one. Okay, this bytes copied in within this second invalid input character. This one. Okay, parts of now I don't know what about this file. If you want to dig more, if you want to learn more, you can research that file. What is that one, and how come we can see that router information in the router? Let me just write down one thing. Show IP. Show IP. I always forget it. Show IP. Show IP interface. Interface INT interface brief. Okay, I can see only one IP address is there. Okay, so how come we can check any other things? Show. Okay, let me check any other thing. History CPD clock, crypto DHCP dot file. Okay, let's check the file. Show file. Sorry. Okay, nothing is that one. Okay, I don't know how come you can check it. There are lots of things are available. you can practice how come you can see that file is available in the router or not. That's not a our part, just I have to check it. Okay, done for this lab. Anyone has any problem?
No,
No, you're not live.
no, but no problem.
Okay, let me save this file. Okay, I am gonna save it and I will share after the class this file. Oh, I did not make any Word file, Word document. Okay, I will make it and I will upload into the city.mp educator.
Sir,
So
can you show that once again? The show interface.
yeah. Give me one second. Oh, that one is the SysMP. And we did one thing. That one is the TFTP. Okay. In the command, I write down show IP brief. Just I need to check it. What about change in my IP address? That one is not important, but I want to check what happened if I copy any other file in my router. Show IP interface brief. Then you can say that IP address will be showing. Because only we set up only one thing in the router. That one is the only one router, one IP address in one interface. Okay, done. Let's do another thing. And that one is a very small task we are
Sir,
doing
all
right
this
now.
in the documents, we can see all this in the documents, right? The commands what you have given.
Oh, that one is not working.
Oh,
I
okay.
write down show file. That one is incomplete command. Maybe we need to write down more command.
Okay. Fine, yeah.
System list files. Okay, maybe there is a. Let me check it. Is it working or not? Files. No. Systems. That one is the file size, NVRAMs. Okay, let me use the lists. That one is not available. Okay, there is no command actually. I cannot see when you copy any file. Maybe this one is that file is set in our router, but we don't need to check that one. Just I want to check it. Is it working or not? Okay, let's do one more thing. I saved it. Okay, one thing I need to check, is it uploaded? Oh, guys, 127. So I cannot upload the book one. Okay, cancel it. Because I can see there is only 100 MB I can upload it. So this one is 157. So I will upload this one in the Google Drive and I will share the link. Give me 1 second, I will share that one. But I wanna share this lab one. That one will be working. In here it's not working. Let me cancel it, upload it. At least lab one will be show. Upload. Okay, lab file will be upload and the book. Give me 1 second, I will share my screen again. And I will share the link for that book. So link will be available in my Gmail. Drive, Google Drive. Um, SNP NRC books. This is the book. Share it. Open. Okay, guys, I want to share one link of my that book. So please, guys, click into this link. Then one message will be come to me. I will accept it. After then, you can download that book. Okay, this is that link actually. And I want to check. Yeah, the lab book is already uploaded. You can check that one. Okay, let me upload the file today's class one, which one we did in the class. We're gonna do more things today. TFTP. I already upload TFTP packet. Check it in here. TFTP. Yes. Okay. I upload both packet, and I will make one documentation regarding the TFTP, and I will share with all of you. Okay, now I want to do another thing. What is my, yes. Now let's open new one. Okay, what I need to do? Let's make a very simple network. Let me use one router. Let me use server, and let me use any switch in between there. Normally, when we are configuring our router or when we are making our network, always we are doing one thing. That one is in between router and other device, we are using switch. Why we are using switch? Because this is not a good idea to connect directly any computer to the router. That's not a good idea. Why? Because router is costly. For this reason, if any port is not working, then it will be a headache. So for that one, we are not using router directly any workstation. In between, always we are using switch, and when we use switch, another thing we are using, that one is name is patch card. Patch card means, Ali sir? Ali sir, what happened? Nice picture. Is it good? Ali, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Ali, you cannot see? You can do one thing. Stop, log out and log in again. Then hopefully you can see everything. Okay, thank you. Thank you, at least you are doing something. Okay, so this is the best practice. Always use one switch in between router and any workstation. Workstation means not only the server, not only the computer or desktop computer or laptop. Workstation means anything, maybe any mobile device. Nowadays we are using the Wi-Fi though, but best practice when your network you are making, you need to use the wire connection. Yes, sir. Ali, sir.
Yes, Malim. Before I didn't see you and everything, even speaker. I don't see anything. Only every word is very big. That's why. Now it's better. Now it's better.
Maybe internet problem.
I don't know. I tried to check it again. You are very big. I don't see you. I don't see any speaker. That's why I was just texting for you.
Guys, everyone is good?
Yes, sir. We are good.
Now it's good. Before my side is not good.
Okay, maybe a net issue.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
No problem, sir. Okay, so let's connect with all three devices. Just use the like this one. So what we want to do? Interesting thing, when I set any IP address or any router or anything, we need to check one thing. That one is NTP, Network Time Protocol. What is that one? Like when you install your computer, like operating system, in that time, sometimes you can see time zone is not set. You need to set the time zone. Like now you are in the EST time zone. If you move in another country, again it will be automatically changed. But for the first time, you need to select that I'm under the EST time zone. Otherwise, that one will use another time zone, another date and time. Same thing, when you use the router, right, connect it, configure it, all the things, we did it. There is some time will be showing that time is older time. So always we need to use the current time. So that one is using the NTP protocol. So let's use in here one IP address. That IP address, you can use any IP address. Everything is free for you. Okay, you can use anything. I write down wrong thing. 192.168. This is the router. So for this reason, I write down that one. And let's move into in here 192.168.1.2. You can write anything. It's your choice. Okay. Most of the cases we are using. Most of the cases we are using the subnetting IP address, but in here we don't need to use. Okay. And one thing, I need to check the port name. So for that one, I cannot see in here. Go to the preferences, always show the port, and I can see this is the fast Ethernet. Let me write down the port name is fast Ethernet FA 0x0. This is the port name. Now I want to remove that things because I don't need to use that port name. Okay. Now let me configure this router. So last lab we saw we cannot configure router directly. So we need to connect one computer to configuring any router. That's the best practice. But for the lab purposes, for the practice purposes, now I don't want to don't want to do that one. But when you are going to any practical field, you need to do that one. Otherwise, your router will be just like a device. You cannot do using that router. Okay. I work in the practical field and I always use the console cable and connect with the router. And after then, I did not configure because that part was not my job. Those who are configuring router, their salary, their hourly rate is more than 100. So if you have CCN and CCNP, you will get this type of job and maybe you will get lots of money because router configuration is very crucial point. If you can do perfectly, you can make money. It's good job, very good job. Okay, let's if you want to work into the network field, then it's good opportunity. And if you don't want to work, well, it's not a big deal. Everything is same. Okay, let's move into in here. Here means, yeah. Now I need to configure my router. If you want, you can use another computer in here, connect with the router using the console cable and do your configuration from your that computer. Now I need to do like in here, I need to set time. Okay, let's write down enable config terminal. I don't want to write down a router name because there is only one router. Okay, but everything you can do. Normally we do or we'll do like that way. That's the format actually. Now write down IP address, sorry, interface. That one is the first Ethernet 0x0. Write down IP address 192.168.1.1. Okay, I write down one thing wrong in there. Press enter. Let me fix it. Okay. So now IP address is set. We need to use in here no shut. Then you can see network will be working, start working. You can see the switch is not intelligent, or switch is not give the permission to router. Hey, if you wants to make connection, I'm not giving you permission. I have one protocol. That protocol name is STP protocol, spanning tree protocol. Based on the spanning tree, I'll check you are good to go or not. If you're good, then I will make connection. Otherwise, I am not making connection. So another feature will be available in the switch. That one you can say AI system is available in it. Now, switch give the permission to the router. Yeah, we can make a relationship. They are making. Okay. But router is very flexible. When anyone wants to connect, they can connect. But based on the configuration, they will transfer file. Otherwise, the router never transfer any file. Now, this is another headache. Okay. Now let's come in there. Let's go to desktop. Let's go to IP address. Now we need to write down in here IP address. What is the IP address? This one, 192.168.1.2. By default, one subnet mask will become. Guys, can you hear me right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes. Okay. Now we need to write down in here gateway, sorry, default gateway. Why? Because in between there is one router. I need to transfer some file from router to switch, switch to router, sorry, router to server, server to router. We want to update one things in the router, in the problem in the router now. I'll show you what is the problem. Write down the gateway 192.168.1.1. Done for switch. So do it and check it. When you're done, let me check both are working or not. Let me write down ping and router IP address 192.168. In here only one gateway, one device. So it's automatically work. No need to use the gateway, but you can use. I can see that's working. So same way router should be work. So let's move into the router and check, is it pinging or not? Pinging means this one. So let's exit from in here. For the exit purpose, you can use Control plus Z, Control Z together. Then directly you can move into config if to directly in your router. Privilege prompt. Now write down ping and 192.168.1.2. Press enter. I can see 100%. Good. That one happened because I make it very clearly. It's easy. If you is stuck, then your maybe 1 day will become 2 day, 3 day. So when you're configuring, so very carefully you need to do. Otherwise, you cannot solve. Sometimes in last year, when I am doing any lab, somehow I missed anything, I cannot finish. But it's easy lab, but I did not do. I cannot do actually. Okay, sometime it will be happened. Okay, let's check it. One thing, that one is what time will be show in the router. Our configuration is done, but I have to check router date and time. So let's write down show, and there is another thing is clock. You can see now time is showing start 0, 12, 35.931. This is the time. UTC is a time zone, and month Monday, March 1, 1993. You can see we are in 2024, November 16, but in my router it shows these things. Why that one is showing? When your router you buy it, they write down the manufacturing date by default, that one. Okay. When they design that one, manufacturing date will be automatically showing there. So always we need to change the time. How come we can do now? We need to change it. Nowadays, when you buy any new router, you can see there are now lots of intelligent things are available, lots of algorithm available in there. Now everything is good, but most of the cases you can see old time. Old means manufacturing time. Another date will be showing. Though we download this software few days ago, maybe 2 months ago, or yeah, almost 2 months ago, because CCNA is 7 weeks. In here, almost we are doing 1 week. So 8 weeks, 2 months ago. But you can see that date and time, router date and time is showing 1993. It's impossible, but it shows. So we need to update it. So how come we can update? Using the network time protocol, NTP protocol. This is the protocol. So let's check that protocol. Where is that one? If you remember, a few minutes ago, we used the server. Click into the server, close this one. Click into the services. All the services means all the protocol will be showing in here. Lots of protocols are here. We need to find out where is the NTP in here. Click into the NTP. In the NTP, you can see in the server, its date and time will be good. You can see today is 16. This is the November 24. We can see. And this is the live time. You can see 10:44, 28 AM, 29. It's good. Now, what can we do? We need to do one thing. That one is turn off our NTP and turn on again. Let's turn off it. Again, turn on. Done for this one. When you do this one, they are working together in between all of the router. Now let's move into the router. In the router, now write down config terminal. We need to configure our router. Something problem in the router. Write down NTP, network time protocol. After then write down server. I have to copy date and time from the server and write down the IP address of my server. Press enter. The command is working perfectly. Let's exit from in here. Let's show clock. Still it's showing that one. So wait a couple of seconds. Hopefully after then it will be updated. Okay, let's ping our router. Okay, let me check in the server. Did we do? Yeah, turn off. Yeah, we turn off it. Turn on. We turn on. Okay, another thing we do need to do. Any other thing? No. Okay, and let me do it. Check it again. Oh, we wanna connect. Give me 1 second, guys. Hi, Hadi.
Hello, Setri, how are you?
Very good, sir. You already
Good.
finished this course?
I don't know, like, guys, I got another email and they direct me to another instructor. I don't know. Like, I have two class with CD college. Now, like, there's another class working, if you can hear.
Yeah, you have another class, not with me. I think you finished from me.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so you have maybe another class.
Oh, okay.
Congratulations, man.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And
Thank
thank
you, sir.
you. I,
Thank,
I'm really appreciate to being with you. Thanks.
thank you, sir.
All right.
Okay, guys, let me check now. Already we check. Okay. Let me check time. Okay, now it's update. It's take few seconds for the updating purposes. Now you can see this is the current time. You can match with that one. 10:47:39. Okay, I have pressed already. 29 after then dot 350. That one also be millisecond will be showing in here. And now time is this on November 16th, Saturday. If you want to check again, it will be changed. Now my routers date and time changed from our server. So that means the server is also be important, because in the server, lots of features are available. This all the feature we did in here, TFTP, we did in here, NTP. When you have time, you can research. We use also HTTP, if you remember. We block ACL in there. We did not do a DHCP. Lots of things we did not do, but if you have time, you can practice all the things. All the things will be effect into our router. Okay, everything effect into the router. So these are the some practical things you can practice, you can do by yourself. I cannot do everything. I can give you some guide. Hey guys, you can do like this way, but if you want, you can do everything. I know you all are busy. I'm also busy, but we need to practice. We need to try it. So we did in here NTP protocol. Okay, that one is using for NTP protocol is used for the time purposes. I want to upload this file into the ct.mp aggregator. Yes, sir.
So can you recap once, please?
Yes, sure, ma'am. Give me 1 sec. I want to upload it. That one is good in here. I will make one note regarding this one, this two file at evening time, and I will upload in here. And before recap, I want to know one more thing. That one is there anyone? So actually, tomorrow I am to start with the one thing GNS3, this one. So for the GNS3, I need at least computer configuration, i5, Intel processor. I need at least 16 GB RAM and at least 100 GB free space. So is there anyone has below this one? Any computer not like that one or higher than that one? It's good. But if it's your computer below that configuration, then it's very difficult. Everyone is good using this.
We have to check in the system, like settings.
Go to the start, right click.
Okay,
System.
One sec. System, right?
Yeah.
Okay, system information or configuration.
Yes. System, just click into the system, then you can see this one will be showing. Device specification. Can you see?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Mine
So
is
click
16 GB, sir, and it's
very good.
12th generation.
No problem. And can you take it i5 or i5 or i7? Can you read it? What is written in there?
It shows 16 GB, 64-bit operating system, Windows 11.
No. This processor. I need to know processor.
Processor.
12th generation.
Yeah, one second. I'll share my screen. So 1 second.
Yeah.
Sir, this one.
Can give me 1 second time to zoom it. 12th Gen Intel i7. Oh, very good configuration, ma'am. Awesome.
Where is the processor here, sir? Oh, okay.
Oh, you can processor 12th
okay.
generation i7.
So it's good, sir. It's
very good. Very good.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Guys, I need at least i5. I need at least 16 GB RAM, and I need space. That means hard disk space at least 100 GB. This is our minimum requirement for our GNS3. So tomorrow we'll do GNS3. So now I want to recap it again. What I did in here. I make very small network. When we are designing our network or topology, always we need to update our router as well as. So for the router, most of the cases we can see when the router is built means when that one is making, they write down that date time in here. Universal time zone they write down, and use the that date and time. You can see my router's date and time is showing 1993. If I use any other router, let me copy another router. Just for the checking purposes, what time zone will be showing in there. Let's click in there, CLI. Something also be showing in here. Let me check in here. Anything written? 03 version B. Okay, write down no. Just trying to check it one thing. That one is showing or not. Show clock. Okay, this one also be same thing. And what we did in the router 0. That means when they design, just in here time change, you can see I'm working with this router. That one is 1993, but that one is 12 power. That means midnight 69.391. That one also midnight 0 minute 31.322 second. We can see that one. So, but both are year and date and day will be same, only to change the time. So that means when you buy any router, maybe that router's time will be different times. We need to update it. How come we can update? Using the NTP protocol. So that NTP protocol is available for updating purposes. We can use our server or we can use from the router server. So we need to write down NTP. After then write down the computer server. That means how from you want to update. After then we need to write down the IP address of that server. When you write down the server IP address, that one automatically configure your router. That means this one will be automatically updated. Why that one will be updated? Because I am using NTP. NTP is network time protocol. That one is only work for the timing purposes. So after a few minutes, we can check. This one was that time. Now I can see my real time. So if you want, you can write down again. Sorry guys, you can see now real time. This is the way we need to do. We are in now CCNP course, so we are now going to deep and deep and deep, more deep. So which one, how to create it, how to do that one we'll now practicing. In CCNA, just we are taking the overview. In CCNP, particularly router, how to configure it, how to do that one, we'll do that things. And most of the labs we'll do in GNS3 because of some network configuration we cannot do in the packet tracer. GNS3 also be free, packet tracer also be free. But some router we need to buy it, we don't need to do because we don't want to pay any money to anyone. We want to do only free one, which one we can use. And that structure is very awesome. But when you run it, your computer will be takes lots of RAM, lots of processor. I'll show you that part, which part is important, we'll do in the GNS3, which part we are not doing. For our lab purposes, we'll do that one in the packet tracer. Okay. So tomorrow we'll do GNS3, how to install it, how to configure that one. That's little bit first time it's hard, but you need to check it. And one more thing, please read book and as well as practice from in here some lab. That one is EIGRP. So this lab are very complicated. We are not doing starting time the complicated labs. So go to this book and find out EIGRP. It's start from the 70. Read it, do all the things, practice it. What is the meaning of that one EIGRP? So I can learn from you. Okay, so you can practice from in here. No need to configure. Read it. What is that one? Why we need? We'll discuss autonomous fundamental system. What is that one? EIGRP terminology. some neighbor will be coming, how come your packet will be updating, how many times you need to check who is your neighbor, who is not your neighbor. You can find out. This way the routers are sharing all the packets to each other. After then they make a connection, they make a new network, update their routing table. It's all the things written in here. Here GRP. We'll start tomorrow Q portion, and in Friday I'll give you one chart. Chart means like a lab, like this one. I will give you that one. You need to configure, you need to do by yourself. I'll show you how to do that one, but not all the parts. So because you are now CCNP, I'll do something, you will do something. If you will do, I'll do rest of thing. If you are not doing, I'll come and sit, looks like you. Okay, I'll turn off my camera and I'll sit like you. So thank you guys. And tomorrow I'll share first assignment because this is the 4-week course. We need to do assignments. Tomorrow I'll share